It's a whole map for how to live a good life.
Nice.
Yeah, next.
Okay. So my two research
Look.
questions
Yeah,
are...
Yes, okay, now.
Yeah, I feel it.
זה ספציפית אני קוראת מהלוח כי זה לא...
אם זה כתוב נכון, לא כתוב
כן.
נכון.
My two research... My two research questions are: why is the lotus flower the most important symbol in the Buddhism, and what does it teach us about life? And the second question is: what are the famous stories about the lotus in Buddhism, and what do its different colors represent?
Next.
Symbol of transformation.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the lotus is unique because of its environment. Most flowers need clean soil, but the lotus starts in the dark, murky mud at the bottom of a pond. And this mud represents human suffering and the messy parts of life. But the lotus doesn't get stuck. It grows through the water, what represents the journey of learning.
Which represents?
Which represents the journey of learning. The most special part about it is that when it blooms, it's perfectly clean. And this reminds us that even if someone currently in the mud, it doesn't mean they won't bloom later. לא, זה לא זה.
מסכימה?
כן, מה? תגידי מילה ראשונה.
רגע.
זה משפט...
Which represent the journey of learning and reach the sunlight. The most important part is that when it blooms, it is perfectly clean. This tells us even if we live in a chaotic...
Okay, this tells us that even if we live in a chaotic or dirty world, our souls still remain untamed and pure.
Nice.
Okay, let's talk about... Okay, let's talk about how this helps us today. One famous monk, Twitch Nanhen, said, "No mud, no lotus." If you think about it, without the mud, the lotus has no nutrients to grow. This teaches the resilience. We often want to avoid hard times, but this philosophy tells us that adversity is what gives us the strength to become beautiful. And even if someone is currently... It also reminds us that even if someone currently in mud, שלום.
Wow, ממש לא. רגע, it's actually what gives us
the strength to become beautiful.
It also reminds us to look
for the potential in everyone.
Okay.
It also reminds us to look for the potential in everyone. And even if someone currently in mud, it doesn't mean they won't bloom later.
Yes, have you?
Okay.
רגע, אני רק אגיד שגם אם את שוכחת אחד מהמשפטים האלה, זה לא נורא.
כן, לא.
המסר העיקרי עובר.
כן, אני כל כך מבינה את כל המילים. אני יודעת את המשמעות.
אני הבנתי הכל, נו. אני דוברת אני טוב.
The birth of Buddha. One of the most famous stories in the Buddhism is the birth of Prince Siddhartha. Legend says that as soon as he was born, he stood up and walked. Wow. He took 7 steps in each of 4 directions.
Cool.
Now, usually when a baby walks, they leave a footprint in the dirt. But for Buddha, a lotus flower bloomed instantly under every step.
Wow! Wow. It's a beautiful legend.
Yeah. Yes. So This tells us that he was a transcendental being,
Oh, wow.
which means being someone who touches the earth but not held down by its gravity or its suffering.
אלה מילים קשות.
ממש, כאילו.
יפה מאוד.
Okay, the second story is the parable of the burning house. This story is a Lotus Sutra. Imagine a father whose kids playing inside the house that is on fire. They are so distracted by their toys that they won't leave.
They don't notice the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the father decides to use a skillful means, a little white light. He tells them that there are amazing toy carriages waiting outside. When they run out to safety, they see something even better, the white lotus carriage. מה המילה הראשונה?
When they run out of safety, he gives them someone even better. The raven skin. In this story,
the fire is our stress and anger, and the lotus carriage is the wisdom of Buddhism that carries us to peace.
Oh, nice.
Astima?
Okay.
It's a story
about how sometimes we need a little help or a new perspective to escape our problems. Ooh.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's the end?
No.
No.
There's more.
Okay. Okay. So now let's take a look at the colors. Here we can see 4 lotuses in different colors.
Yes.
So you might wonder, are these real or just stories? The reality that white and pink lotuses are
the reality in nature.
In nature you will mostly see white and pink lotuses. Red and blue lotuses are a bit more complicated. These are actually types of water lilies, but in ancient art they all were grouped together. The symbolism. Okay, white lotus represents mental purity. Okay, white represents
לבן זה טוהר.
Okay, white represents mental purity. The pink, this one is the most special one because it's the color of Buddha himself. Red represents the heart, like love and compassion. And the blue, this one is the most rare in nature and mostly is a type of water lily.
And more often also
In Buddhism, it represents the victory of the mind over the body.
it's often shown
It's often shown partially open to remind that wisdom is always growing. So while some colors are real and some are artistic versions of other flowers, they all serve a secret language to teach us different values. The slide summary.
Yes.
זה אני הכי פחות יודעת, כי אותו למדתי אתמול רק.
אני אזכירה?
כן.
To wrap things up.
To wrap things up.
זה בדיוק להסתכל. טוב, אני אנסה. ואולי נצטרך להסתכל. אני צריכה פשוט לחזור על זה הרבה פעמים בשביל לזכור. אוקיי. Okay, to walk things out. The lotus journey is our journey. It's a movement from darkness into the light. We learn that the mud is necessary, that wisdom can save us like a carriage, and that every color has its own lesson. Okay.
The lotus is symbol.
Okay. The lotus is a universal symbol of hope and the belief that everyone has a flower inside them waiting to bloom.
וואו.
זה לא משנה. זה יכול להעביר להקצרות.
וואו! יש פה כאילו בודה כזה.
בתור אלי קארט.
כן, קארט.
ברונו.
וברונו שמעוצב מצאתי, אבל זה לא כאילו.
זה נקרא לוטוס פוזישן, זה תנוחת הלוטוס. They use it in yoga for relaxation.
בעיקרון היה עדיפים האלה מדברים זמן.
כמה זמן זה אמור להיות?
רבע שעה כבר.
לא פחות מרבע שעה?
כאילו ב-45 שעה עשינו 50.
אז אני צריכה בין כזה, אני צריכה מינימום 7 דקות.
יש לך יותר.
7 דקות יש לך אפילו באזור.
יש לך יותר.
כאילו סבבה,
זה המקסימום כמה זמן מקסימום. יש מקסימום?
כאילו פשוט, לא, אם זה פשוט רבע שעה אז אני צריכה להודיע שזה נמצא לך לרוב.
לא, הוא לא פשוט ברור, הוא פשוט כאילו בגלל שהיה כזה קצת פה ושם מצב מסוים.
10 דקות.
אז תגיד משהו בין 10 דקות לרבע שעה.
כן, כן.
סבבה.
זה ממש יפה, אסתי, זה ממש מצגת יפה.
כל הכבוד.
well done.
עכשיו אני מציעה אסתי. אמרתי, הייתי בזירת מחר.
די!
עכשיו,
סליחות רבות. מה עכשיו, מנתקים את זה?
אני צריכה שמנתק את זה. תראי הרבה, אביב מה אופה לצייר. לא. אוקיי, לא עכשיו, לא עכשיו.
אז כאן כזה שם?
כן, את יכולה להביא אותו אסתי? אני לא יודעת.
תעשי את זה כבר.